Tuesday, January 24th, 2006 is when I made a YouTube account, choosing Norna for my username. Hey, the option on YouTube back then did ask for a username or nickname. With uploading just 1 minute or 3 minute videos every day of doing everyday things, like making a PB&J sandwich, eating, attending church, brushing my teeth, I became famous overnight. I remember a few days, maybe a week later, my brother called on the phone, sounding excited about something. He said that everyone on the internet was talking about me and read me off some online forums about my YouTube. I, of course, don't remember what the forums all said about me right at the moment while I write this. Did I become famous overnight on purpose? No. The only cause I used YouTube was for fun and fun only. I didn't think people who watched me on YouTube would actually comment on my videos. There were some good, wow, I want more videos like this to watch, and some bad, who is this fat retard? Why watch this shit? Comments. I actually had to laugh pretty hard at a comment which was posted under a video where my family went to a fair out of town to watch a parade. The video was posted in late August of 2006, and the comment posted a few days later. You look bloated. Are you on your period? Not sure if the person who posted the comment was trying to be obnoxious or rude. But I found it pretty hilarious because at the time I was filming myself with my Kodak C643 digital camera, I was on my period. How do they know? Is what I asked myself loudly while I was still laughing pretty hard. I would like to state that comment, good or bad, was my favorite one yet. This is why I didn't delete it. I also remember reading comments that said Norna's videos is like watching The Truman Show. My viewers loved watching me eat corn dogs, which I nicknamed corn dogs corny doggies, and how I said root beer like root beer. I actually had kept a MySpace account, and one night, I forget what night it was, I was browsing the MySpace videos section when I found an offensive video of two boys. They were mentioning me on their video, saying that they want to find where I live, also had a knife in their hand, and stated what they wanted to do with me. To this day, I can't recall what they said on the MySpace video and what they wanted to do with me. Once watching it by myself, I called Mom downstairs in the living room where we kept the Gateway 2000 desktop computer at the time and had shown her and had her watch it. After she watched it herself, she called Dad downstairs and had him watch it. Mom and Dad didn't hesitate to call the authorities. The officer was at our door in just minutes, 15 I think, and viewed the video himself. While he was outside our house at his police car, he did research on the two boys on the MySpace video. The officer asked if we wanted to press charges on the boys on the MySpace video. Dad said no about pressing charges, but I did want to press charges. Nora, they would go to jail, sit in jail for a while, and be really mad. And when they get out, they will do something bad, like come to our house and hurt you, is what Dad said. I thought that wasn't fair. Why would they get a slap on their wrists for death threats against me? It's like, for example, if a parent... it's like an example of a parent not disciplining a small child once they find the small child coloring on their house walls with crayon. How else would these two boys learn that they can't make death threats to anyone online? Because if they would go to jail and they could go to jail and have a record of it all. In early February of 2006, someone from the New York Times sent me an email on my YouTube channel requesting to interview me. I emailed them back a response giving them my phone number to call me. I spoke to a guy named Alex Williams for approximately 30 minutes. He wanted to know how many siblings I have and how they felt about my popularity on YouTube. They're okay with it, I guess, was my answer. I told him that I never thought I'd be this much of a big deal on the internet. I just thought I'd do my own thing by posting random videos of doing whatever and thought nothing of it. I never thought it would lead to this and had no idea it would go this far. I waited for a few weeks for Alex to contact me about letting me know if he would publish the article of me or not. It wasn't until early April 2006 when I got a phone call from Goodwill. It was my manager, L, calling to let me know that a guy was asking for me. The guy was calling all day, and L wanted Mom and Dad to contact the police about this after further explaining to Mom and Dad that the guy bribed L $100 for my number. When the police officer arrived at my house, I had shown them what YouTube was all about, showing him a video of someone standing up for me, Puzzle 2. I also shown the officer a video comment where somebody posted Goodwill's phone number. After the officer wrote down my birth date, he left the house, but not without saying I should be more careful on the internet. I had contacted my therapist by telling them about this issue, and they said since I'm 24, I shouldn't be told what to do, what not to do by others, and I should list my pros and cons about YouTube. For days after reporting about the phone call from Goodwill, I phoned back to Mom, telling her that the guy continued calling, knowing the hours, department I work in, and the days I work. When I came home from work one evening, I ran downstairs to the desktop computer, logging in on YouTube to find messages from my fans letting me know that someone was posting Goodwill's phone number on online message boards. After finding that, I decided to put every video under private. I didn't want to be out there if someone was stalking me through phone calls and through the internet like that. My viewers from YouTube were confused on what was going on, that didn't know about the phone call / stalking issue, and I posted a bulletin about it on my front page of YouTube. My viewers were upset over the fact that one crazy lunatic had to do this to me and ruin it for those that enjoy watching my videos on YouTube. The officer talked to Mom on the phone, was a lady, and advised Mom not to have me go on YouTube, with putting every video of mine, 800 of them, in private would take me a lot of time to do. I contacted Mika, a YouTube manager at the time, I think, to help me put them in private after telling him my problem with the phone calls / stalking issue. He was happy to help me with putting my videos private. On Sunday, April 16th, 2006, something got me pretty upset online again. You see, I wanted to be anonymous as possible, and another person didn't respect that fact. Not just one person calling Goodwill requesting for my phone number with a $100 bribe, knowing what day I work and what apartment I work in. Now someone posted 2 millions where I fucking lived. It wasn't Alex Williams from the New York Times, but another reporter from the New York Times that wrote an article about me. It was John Carney that disrespected me by posting my city and state in the article on the very first sentence. Where did this John guy get this information from? From the caller who kept calling Goodwill? Why didn't John ask to interview me like Alex did instead of going behind my back like this? Those were the thoughts going through my head. If the person who called Goodwill knew where I lived, then they could have contacted that John guy from the New York Times and told him. And why couldn't John email me a copy of this article he wanted to publish on me before he published it? I would have had read it through it and advised him to take out my city and state. Even 10 years later, while thinking back to this, I told my friends about this too, and they said that if anyone would do that again, they should have been fired from their job for not having me proofread their stuff first. My brother called on the night of Sunday, April 16th, 2006, to explain to Dad everything that has been happening on YouTube. The online forums, what my videos were of, and others standing up for me. My friend I made from YouTube emailed me advising me that I shouldn't quit what I was doing since I'm this popular. I've shown Dad Aretha's email and the New York Times article. Dad's thoughts on this was, Justin should help you find an agent to help you with your YouTube stuff. Now, a few weeks later, my sister found out who kept calling Goodwill. She called the phone number to a relay service, insisting him to give her information about the person who keeps harassing my place of work. The people in charge of the relay service told her that it was a person calling themselves Chuck Sanders. My sister passed that information on to the authorities. The person who kept calling me from Goodwill stopped calling, and one of my bosses told me that everything was quiet for over a month. Wednesday, May 3rd, 2006.